Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
I didn't do anything.
Okay, Skyward Sword with Chaos Counseling. We cannot get a single normal intro for this series, it seems.
No, it's not allowed. I'm involved.
Uh-huh. Well,
I want to get this dungeon done.
yeah.
I hate this place.
Yeah, we kind of decided that since Abby is available, and she would kind of just like to get it out of the way, we're going to stream this again rather than me doing a Paper Mario stream. Now, we will be getting back to Paper Mario Color Splash next Saturday. You know, unless something happens, like I have to go to work or whatever, which I shouldn't, because, you know, fuck it. If they say we got to work Saturday, I'm going to say no, because I have something major next Saturday. I'm not going to say what, because it's not relevant, but...
That's not the button I wanted.
No, that's not a good button.
No, it was a good button. Not the one I wanted.
But yeah.
I don't need anything from that.
Yeah. But we just decided we wanted to do more of this, because, like, Abby's available. Plus, our stream on Friday night was really short, just kind of out of necessity.
Yeah.
Since...
We were doing a quick little trip for my sake.
Yeah. Because Abby...
I have family down south in the state. Or I had family south in the state.
The family that's still down there we don't talk to, but...
Whatever.
Yeah.
But my great-uncle's buried there, and I missed him dearly. So I wanted to visit him.
Yeah. So...
Rude.
Yeah, we did that, and... Well, we were supposed to go on a hike.
It turns out the hike was not a hike.
Yeah, because...
It was great. I kind of appreciated it.
Again, what we were looking up, it's like, it should take you... The hike is... It's like, it's a mile and a half, so about a 40-minute hike, depending on elevation, you know? Like, just reading all this thing, so it's like, okay, we've got our camelbacks for water, we've got trail snacks ranging from chips to carrots, you know, just so we had a variety of things to munch on to keep our energy up. We get out of the car, and it's like, wait, is that the tunnel that we're supposed to hike to that we can see from the parking lot?
What the fuck? It was quite interesting. Though the tunnel was still really cool.
Yeah, and it's like, I think it took you maybe 2 minutes to walk from one end of the tunnel to the other.
Yeah, it's not a very big tunnel. It's man-made, so
Yeah.
it's like not a big dealio, but it's still really cool. The way they carved it, it's like, what was the purpose of this thing?
Well, the purpose was it was to let water
That's
flow
right,
through.
you did read that up, but it's just
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, it was to
Man,
get... I
dude.
think it's very likely that there might have been a lake or something on that side.
Probably.
So they cored through it in order to allow water to flow through to get it to the residential areas that are...
Which, you know,
away.
in a desert, that's very needed.
Very important. But yeah. So yeah, it was, we drove 4 hours down. We drove 4 hours one way. Did like...
I hate this.
Saw the tunnel, saw the grave, went to the cemetery, ate lunch, and then drove 4 hours back.
Yep. Very short trip, but very, very needed for me.
Yeah. Like, we had talked about possibly, like, oh, let's drive down Friday night and get a hotel, but...
Glad we did.
I'm glad we didn't either. There wouldn't have been enough down there to justify the expense. But the other issue was that it's like, oh yeah, the town in question is like within a 10-minute drive of one of the biggest national parks in the state of Utah. So it was their peak season, so we were not able to find an affordable hotel anywhere.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I am dealing with quite Joy-Con drift pretty seriously bad. So if Link just starts doing things and it looks like I'm just badly gaming or not moving when I should be, it's Joy-Con shit. Oh my god, Link.
Yeah. So we charged... So for those who were here on Friday night, you know that we were charging up our other Joy-Cons. It's like, I knew those ones were experiencing drift too, which is why I haven't used them in a while. But then when I turned them on, I'm like, wait, it wasn't that this one was experiencing Joy-Con drift. It's that the left Joy-Con stick no longer worked at all. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Switch as a console.
What the fuck, dude? I'm trying to kill something.
Master, please look.
No! Yes, that's the boss door.
Yeah, I think we kind of know the story must lead to an important role in the ship.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Go back to your privates.
What?
She's a captain. Go back
captain.
to your privates.
Yep, okay.
I was just trying to make the stupidest joke about... Anyway.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so unfortunately we can't use the other Joy-Cons.
And I don't know if... Can we use my Joy-Cons?
We might. I think you might want to like plug them into the Switch and then pull them out to sync them to it, you know?
Hold on. Actually, hold on, gang. Hold on, gang.
Because your Joy-Cons are newer.
This is kind of ridiculous.
Because, yeah, as Abby pointed out, it's like the reason I don't have issues with mine is because I never play them in separate mode, for lack of a better word. So when they're directly plugged into the Switch, I don't really deal with the drift.
Okay.
But
I'm going to... I hope the pairing, like, I'll have to probably repair them to my Switch, which...
Well, I think if you, like, just plug them back into your Switch, it might just automatically reset.
I think so. I know... Didn't we use one of our Switch Joy-Cons at a Christmas party once?
Yes,
okay.
I believe
then, yeah,
so.
we'll be fine. Sorry for the maintenance randomly, gang. Let's see. Pair new controllers.
Because we talked about...
Would you do the honors?
Huh. Oh, we have to attach them to the console first?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, we talked about buying some yesterday, but the amount we spent on gas, we didn't have enough left over for.
Yeah. Gas is expensive, gang. Yeah. Especially when it's peak season in our town for travel and shit. All right, they're paired. Pull them back out.
Here's hoping that when the Switch 2 gets made, they address this issue.
Already so much better. Much more responsive. For now. We'll see if
we'll see if it lasts.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Onward we go.
Onward, ever onward.
By the way, sorry for crinkle crackling. I have pretzels.
Yep.
We don't want them... We had them on said car trip.
Yep.
Didn't want them to go to waste.
Because we ended up with a lot more road food than we had initially planned. Just due to... Let's just say we expected everything to be longer and bigger yesterday than it ended up being. So we over-prepared. Oh, so... What's it called? I followed this Instagram user who does a lot of Lord of the Rings Lego posts for comedy's sake. And then they posted something today, and it's clearly like they took a shot that's kind of meant to parody porn in a sense.
Jesus.
And the woman's like, show me something long and impressive, and it's all 3 extended editions just stacked in a row right in front of the woman's mouth. Like, that's awful.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Shush.
It's like, that's awful, but I fucking love it.
It's a skeleton. I guess I can infer. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Oh god. Right. Left. Right. Down. Okay. Right. Left. Right. Down. Right. Right. Left. Right. Down. Right. Left. Right.
Up, down, up,
Nope.
right, left, right, left, right.
Did I read that wrong?
Possibly.
Okay. So there's one red here.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that supposed to denote north? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, no, right, left, right, down. Or it could be down, up, down, right, I guess.
Could be.
Down, up, down, right. Oh! Okay. need you to know north. Rude. Hello. Gimme, gimme.
Give me whatever's in this chest right now, please. I'd appreciate it. It's the key! You know, you never truly appreciate how exhilarating it is just to get a simple key until you've gotten lost in the water temple. Again, and I'm someone who actually will defend the water temple to an extent.
The water temple is fine.
Yeah.
It's just annoying if you happen to miss a sequence.
Yeah.
It's a very easy dungeon to... Sequence breaking is not the correct term.
Yeah.
But...
You do need to make sure...
If you fuck up the order in which the game wanted you to get those small keys, you're kind of fucked.
I mean, that's not to say you can't beat it, but you have
You'll
to
be there
backtrack
forever.
in an obnoxious way.
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, I think with a lot of people, they miss the fact that one of the blocks raises when you raise the water, and then you can go underneath it in the central chamber. Because, historically, that's the one I've often seen people missing.
Oh,
now,
right.
So, in another bout of Flaze and I could never agree on anything, is, again, she just finished streaming Ocarina of Time 2 weeks ago, I think. And we were talking about water temples in Zelda games, because they're historically the worst ones.
Yeah, usually.
And I say, I'm like...
I guess this technically counts as a water dungeon, kind of.
Kind of.
Ah!
But what happened to your shield?
I dropped.
But I kind of say, I'm like, you know what? As bad as the water temple is, well, we both agree that we think Jabu Jabu's dungeon in the same game is worse, which is also a water dungeon. But I said, for me personally, the worst water dungeon in any Zelda game is the Great Bay Temple. And it's like, once again, she's like, well, I actually think it's better than Water Temple for X, Y, and Z reason. It's like, I cannot find common ground with Flaze.
And that's why your friendship is fun and interesting.
Yeah.
There you are.
But it's also like, I'm like, okay, there's a reason why she was your friend outside the channel and just...
One of the reasons I really hate this temple.
Oh.
I know some people find this really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes swordplay is finicky.
Uh-huh. I mean, swordplay is one of the reasons why Sunshine struggled to beat this game.
And it's probably this part.
Well, no, specifically they struggled to beat Demise. Because, like, something I have mentioned a few times, and one of the reasons why I really did not care for this game had to do with, the Skyward Strike was super finicky on our hardware. Because, like, I don't know if it was just the Skyward Strike was always finicky, or just after my dad bought a new what's it called, entertainment center, he moved our Wii sensor bar without much consideration for being gentle with it. So when we tried to resync where the sensor bar was...
This is a lot easier than I remember.
It just... The motion controls for combat...
God, fuck you.
Never worked properly.
Oh, god damn you.
Okay, this guy vaguely reminds me of the captain from Ages and Seasons. In the fact that he's in the fact that he's a skeletal pirate and nothing else. This just feels repetitive. Like, just looking at this, I'm like, this kind of feels like they took Wii Sport Resort sword fighting and turned it into a Zelda boss.
Kinda?
Then again,
it's annoying at times.
This
Ow,
game,
bitch.
Wii Sports Resort and Red Steel 2, to me, they just kind of felt like they existed just to kind of show off the Wii Motion Plus, you know?
My shield is going to break because of you, bitch. This is the other reason I hate it.
I mean, look, I get it. It's like, if you had, like, unlimited shield like you would in the old one, this fight would arguably not be all that tense, but I'm like...
Like, I need to leave the dungeon just to go fix my shield.
But I'm like, the durability in this game, in Breath of the Wild, I'm like, it's too low.
Fuck you.
I am someone who's not the biggest fan of durability for weapons and armor in games for the most part, but I can handle it for the sake of a little realism. Because I think Oblivion, the rate that armor degraded in Oblivion, again, I know I barely played Oblivion, but like, that was acceptable to me.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that was close. Because like,
that was my fully built up shield. Which sucks.
See, I remember there was a game. This was back in the day when I was basically, I wanted to play World of Warcraft, but I couldn't afford it. So I was looking for basically, master that synthetic life form. There's a 99% chance that it was a bitch. I mean, a pirate. I can't help but admire the tenacity of that bitch. And, you know, he's a bitch. So I played a lot of subpar MMOs back in the day. Oh, sweet.
Yay.
But one in particular, and I think probably the one that I'm like, this one could have been good, but was total shit. Master, a report about the bow you have just obtained. It's a bow.
Yeah.
It's a bow.
Yeah.
It's a bow.
Thanks, Fi.
Twang twang. Be hot, elf boy. Legolas this shit.
Yep. I am going to return to the deck, and I am probably going to leave the dungeon temporarily just to go get my shield.
No, I think you should.
Go grab the goddess one I have all ready to go.
Yeah, but so the game in question was a game called Mabayogi or something like that.
Mabayogi, yeah.
Yeah. Visually, I really liked it. And I'm sure I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing because I felt like I spent all my time grinding the one enemy that gave the thing that gave... Just grinding single enemies that gave the most amount of loot. Well, the most valuable loot I could find. Just so I could pay to fix my sword.
Alright, and the closest bird statue is probably just right over here.
So, yeah. It was not a game I enjoyed very much at all. And like I said, I played a lot of subpar games like that. Because I remember one that I put a lot of hours into was Perfect World.
Oh god, that game was a scam.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's because you level up very quickly for like the first 8 levels, and then you just plateau.
Well, it's because it was a pay-to-win scam.
Oh yeah, no, I know it was. It was just one of the more well put together paid-to-win scams. And when I only found that one when I was in college, right? I have much better to do, so.
Me and Jesse were trying to find another WoW game. Because I think our parents stopped paying for WoW when we found Perfect World. And we were like, oh yeah, this is close enough. And then we both stopped. I couldn't get past level like 20 or something.
Same. I think but actually I take it back. One of my characters I got to level 23, and that was about it. Let's see, some other so I played one in high school with some friends called Conquer. It was a weird game because it was like it wasn't third person like a lot of games. It was top down, but unlike say something like RuneScape, the camera was fixed.
You know what?
Again, it was really weird just thinking about it. But the weirdest thing about it was the fact that the way the characters, the way they were programmed, they ran so slow, so the fastest way to get around was just to hold the jump button and click on the map, so you were just constantly hearing this annoying jump sound.
Right.
And not much to say about it. It had no story. It was very basic. And it was probably one of my first experience of toxic online communities. And I'm sure, like most people, it's like, I played RuneScape, so... You know, it was fine for what it was. But nothing special.
Oh.
So, if you break your shield, you can't fix it at all, right? You have to buy a new one and build it
If
up?
it's fully broken, yes. If
And
it's
fully
just...
broke?
And it fully broke.
Okay.
So I will have to buy a new iron shield and then use a lot of monster parts to get it back to where I had it fully upgraded, which I'm not doing on stream. I will do that later.
I know that was another thing that put me off this game. Because I will say, despite me having some mixed feelings on Breath of the Wild and whatnot, at the very least, they kind of spam you with...
Yeah.
Like,
and you don't lose something that's fully upgraded. Not that one.
I'm gonna take these just so we don't lose them in the couch.
Oh, yeah.
Again, while I do need new ones, they do still work in handheld mode just fine. Plus, if nothing else, we can take them back and trade them in for store credit.
Yep.
I know I played a few more, just kind of like one-off, you know, MMOs, but I can't remember any of their names since I didn't put really any time in them. Oh no, I take it back. The one MMO that I played that I actually did pay the monthly fees and whatnot for a bit was Pirates of the Caribbean Online. That one was decently fun, but it would have benefited from a class, but because there was no class system in a sense, it was just a lot of sameness, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But again, the ship battles were a shit ton of fun, and the fact that, like, there were, like, so many different roles you could play on the ship, you know?
Yeah.
Like, in many respects, I kind of... what the ship battles in, like, some of the Assassin's Creed games, it's like, that's something that the Pirates of the Caribbean Online had, but... yeah, no... But yeah, but the problem is, like, Pirates of the Caribbean Online is a game kind of like, say, Adventure Quest, where the very start of the game is free to play, but then after just a couple hours of play, everything story-related gets blocked behind a paywall. So... and actually... so, I played it online with the coworker of yours from the LARP park you used to work at before it closed, who played the mailman in the last summer season before it closed.
Yeah.
I played with him. Master, I have important information for you. There's 90% chance you have... no shit.
God damn it, bye.
Like, he was a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean back then, so he was big into that game.
I think he's still a pretty big fan of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't hung out with him socially enough to really know where he's at personally with his likes and dislikes.
Right.
But where's I going with this? Pirates of the Caribbean, hung out with him, played this game. Something that was kind of bullshit that he dealt with is that when he started playing, he really put a ton of hours in, and he was leveling up so fast. So what happened is that the game developers were like, hey, we appreciate how much time you've put in, so we're going to give you a reward. So they flagged his character as wanted by the East India Trading Company.
Oh, dear.
Which that'd be kind of... which all that did is it made it so that his character could no longer enter the higher level areas without all the enemy NPCs turning instantly hostile against him.
That's mean.
And when he was flying on a boat, whenever he was on, like, if he was on a boat, all the enemy ships would turn instantly hostile towards you too. It really was just like they were just trying to nerf the people who were really into the game to make it so they couldn't level up anymore.
That's so mean.
In order to try to make sure that they didn't get too far ahead of the other players. And like, because like, when I finally joined, I actually ended up getting invited to a guild run by another high-level player. And we did so many, you know, high-level ship raids that I just was on the ship that I got a huge share of the profit. Then when I started hanging out with them, he's like, yeah, I've only got... because he only had... so there were 3 type of ship categories in that game. Transport, you know, quick travel, what's it called? Cargo, transport, port, and combat. He only was ever able to afford the weakest combat ship in the game. I had the highest combat ship in the game because I didn't have to deal with him being flagged because he could never mine for money because he was constantly just getting gang raped by the
Yeah.
So I'm like, that sucks. And he loved the series so much, didn't ruin his love of the game, but I know he never was really able to get that far in it because of it. Actually, kind of a fun fact and sort of relevant for the channel. That guy in question, he was actually part of a podcast for the park that Abby used to work at. And Edgelord nearly got named checked by him in a...
Name dropped, you mean?
That's what I meant, name dropped in said podcast. So it's like, cool. Didn't end up happening due to reasons, but... It's like, oh, hey, Edgelord's on the channel. Just thought I'd share a bit of fun trivia about said friend. So, this looks like this could potentially be a dungeon where you're constantly swapping between the past and the future. Is that correct, from what I'm seeing? Not exactly.
Kinda. I don't remember it being that major of a change, honestly.
Because again, honestly, a mechanic like that could be interesting, you know? Because they kind of did that in Ages and Seasons, but the fact that you have to leave the dungeon, or in Ages specifically, leave the dungeon, then come back, it wasn't implemented as well as it could have been, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think that was very implemented in this, from what I can remember. Get up there.
So I remember just seeing that, I'm like, oh, I had a friend in... Oh, Senpai, good work, whoop.
Why are you on board?
Now the ship just looks just like it used to, whoop, that makes me so happy, whoop. Now I just need you to go and rescue my crew, whoop.
Get off the ship.
I'm pretty sure they're being held in the brig inside the ship, bzz.
Thank you, yes.
But I'm still pretty dangerous here, so I'll just wait in the boat.
Okay, cool, go to the boat.
You can do it, vroom. But he was obsessed with the Keyblade because it's like, oh, the Keyblade, it's a sword and it just instantly unlocks any door. So he was constantly dunking on, like, it's like the Master Sword's not as cool because it can't be used as a key. And it's like, if Sora was in Zelda, you'd have no need for these stupid small keys or other stuff like that.
Yeah, but then, no.
Bear in mind, this is... We were kind of at the dick measuring age, in a sense, where...
Oh, absolutely.
We had to, since he had a PlayStation 2 and I had a GameCube, of course, Sora had to be better than Link, you know? And honestly, even then, he was, as bad as this friend became, like, this is probably one of the this is a friend that did one of the biggest betrayals ever to me, you know? Just abandoned me to be cool. Like, I don't want to hang out with that fucking loser, even though I've been taking advantage of Luke for years. But,
so normal high school.
This was junior high and grade school.
Normal childhood.
I agree. Like, I'm not truly bitter about this. And I'm not saying it's like it's sadly not unexpected, but despite that, he did still like Nintendo properties, so he wasn't as bad. Whereas I knew some kids in grade school who they basically thought, I'm not gonna say, they used pretty horrific gay slurs to describe Link that I will not repeat here.
Right.
Because I'm like, he wears a skirt. I'm like, he wears a tunic, not a skirt. I mean, yes, technically you could argue a tunic has a skirt, but it's not the same thing. Because it's like...
And also so what?
Yeah. It's like, Link's stupid. He wears a skirt and he wears tights. And because, like, anytime they'd see him, they'd do, like... They'd sing, like, the Robin Hood Men in Tights song. I'm like, that song's hilarious. I don't think anyone's gonna care, but... They had big flame. It's like, Link's a stupid protagonist. he's not as cool as Cloud, or like their big one is he wasn't as cool as Raziel from Soul Reaver. Like, they were obsessed with comparing Link to Raziel from Soul Reaver for some reason.
Right.
I mean, I think it's because they're both third-person adventure games. I don't know. I've never been able to get Soul Reaver to work on any of our consoles for more than, like, 10 seconds, even though it's a game I really would like to try. Because I think the story of Soul Reaver is pretty interesting. And I know a lot of people are upset that they never made another one. Because the third one ended on an interesting note, and hopeful note, but then the series never followed up on it. But yeah. Now, in order to call myself out here, because I was getting really sick of the Halo hype in the early 2000s, I was going on and on about how Metroid Prime 2 was going to totally show up Halo 2, because they were coming out around the same time.
Oh, bless.
Which is funny, because I ended up actually... Halo 2 was the first Halo game I ever played, and I liked it alright. My favorite Halo game is and always will be Reach, and quite frankly, I think Halo is just kind of... It was a game that was good, it was groundbreaking when it came out, and now it's just another first-person shooter amongst the soup of first-person shooters. Again, I'll still defend Reach a little bit, I like that one. But Metroid Prime 2 was probably... I did not like Metroid Prime 2 very much at all. It's hard to say whether or not I prefer Metroid Prime 2 to Metroid Prime 3. I just know, like, I really like Metroid Prime 1, and the sequels just never did anything for me. So, the meter charging up, that's how far your arrow will fly, right?
I think it's just the power behind it.
Okay.
I just needed it zoomed in so I could, you know, see where I'm aiming, properly time things.
You know, as much as I like to give Twilight Princess some crap for just how much crap you have to carry, I will always appreciate the Eagle Scope in Twilight Princess, you know? Because it makes... making those long shots so much easier. I think it's called the Eagle Scope. Lost?
Nope. Just was double checking. I had done everything on the deck before I moved on.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's the deck. Okay, no, there was nothing else up there.
You know something that kind of occurred to me that's kind of interesting?
What?
So, Din is the one who is the goddess associated with the Triforce of Power. AKA the Triforce piece Ganondorf gets.
Right.
Nairu is associated with the Triforce of Wisdom, the one Zelda gets.
Yeah.
And Fiore is associated with the Triforce of Courage, the one Link gets.
Yeah.
But when they scrapped the trilogy, like, of Ages, Seasons, and Secrets, which I think is what the third one's going to be called.
Yeah.
They scrapped the game that starred Fiore, the goddess mostly associated with Link. I just find that funny. Like, just if you really think about it, it's like, huh, I guess we don't care about the one that represents you, Link.
Why would they?
I mean, I suppose the trade-off is that Fiore is like, I never got captured like a boss, because she shows up in both games in the Maku tree as the person who facilitates the link feature between the two games, you know? Yeah, if I had like one game, it's like, okay, there are a lot of canceled video games that I wish, like if I was given a wish to make a video game that was canceled a reality, there's a lot that I would wish for, so I actually don't know which one I'd choose, but that's one I would have loved to have seen how the games would have been had that planned trilogy actually seen the light of day, you know?
Right.
Actually, I take it back. In terms of Zelda games, The one I would want to see the most was the canceled sequel to Twilight Princess. Because at least I still got a good duology out of Ages and Seasons, and the story's still pretty complete on its own. But never being able to see that follow-up on what happened to poor Twilight Princess Link is something that's like, they deserved better, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, knowing Miyamoto, it's highly unlikely it would have ended with Link and Midna having a happy ending together.
Oh, no, hell no.
I can hope, damn it. Honestly, it would have. I still think it would have been fun if Link had been presented with a choice like, okay, you may never, ever return to Hyrule. You'll have to leave your whole life behind, but we will send you to the realm of Twilight forever, you know? That still would have had that sense of bittersweet tragedy, you know? As is fitting of all Zelda games where Link has to leave and never come back to his home.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very least, he and Midna would have had each other. I'm just a Midna Link shipper simp, so I can own up to this. Speaking of Midna, I'm justifying Link, Edgelord's terrible decision that they're forced to follow. Well, okay. It's not a terrible decision per se, but just currently in Baldur's Gate 3, they're romancing Lizelle because that's what you guys voted on. Even though just the more and more it plays out, I'm like, Lizelle is not the character Edgelord would ever go for. They are not compatible. But I'm like, I'm trying to honor what you guys wanted. So I've kind of made it like, Edgelord's on the rebound after losing Midna, so...
Oh my god,
they're
no.
kind of just going with it because they're just kind of that sad and that desperate to fill the void in their life.
That's depressing.
Yeah, it is. But it's kind of how I have to justify in my brain, you know? Yes, I know I've never been good about staying in character as Edgelord anyway, but I don't know. I'm trying to have at least some consistency in their behavior. As little as I can do. Because, again, I'm not an actor, so getting into another character set... Like, there's a reason why Edgelord streams will never be Freeman's Mind. Just using another similar concept as an example. In fact, probably the best concept like that as an example.
I think the sad thing about this dungeon is it's like the puzzles in here are still fucking great.
Yeah.
The problem is it's
Everything else around the puzzles.
the combat stuff, and the boss is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
To me, anyway. What is happening? Oh, I need to go turn past on. Okay. I guess it does do it more than I remember.
Okay. If I could turn back time.
That's so annoying every time. What's up?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you uh-oh.
I said, bow! I was just going, bow.
Oh. Hello, sir. I'm here about your car's extended warranty.
I don't have a car.
I've extended it.
Because since you're dead, the car won't, ever break. Oh, look, it's the Chompers from Galaxy Quest.
Hi.
Hey, did you see the thing that so obviously happened?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Maybe that's why I remember this dungeon so foully, is Fi would not shut up.
I'm not gonna read Fi's dialogue anymore. Instead, when she shows up, I'm just gonna go back and make out with Midna.
Huh. She's not here, though. You can't do that.
That's alright, fine. Between Midna and Vivian from Thousand Year Door. I really had a thing for, you know, women who hide out in the protagonist's shadows. Okay, I know that Vivian didn't hide in Mario's shadow, but she could pull him into a shadow. So it's kind of similar.
Right. Quick. Oh yeah, that's. I could go do this now. Let's see.
It's like, from a design standpoint, the idea of having a dungeon be on a big ship like that is a fun idea. And it kind of reminds me of the... So, like, in Breath of the Wild, instead of having traditional dungeons, you had just the four Guardian Beasts were the closest things you had to traditional dungeons.
Yeah.
And it so this kind of reminds me of, yeah, just exploring the four Guardians as the dungeons. I can
Well, let me
language.
shoot it from here.
I can English.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
If you try. Did it? Okay. Hello.
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 Gotta be something I can shoot.
Give me something to shoot.
No? I'm all alright then. Oh, I probably need to turn that on, meaning I need to go into pastime. Oh, but this one's covered in barbed wire, I think.
Yeah.
But, oh wait, no, that's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
I get it. I understand.
Looks like we got pinged. Something was left on our porch.
Oh,
Grab it.
okay, bye.
Bye. I won't be going too far.
Don't fall in. Is it a present for me?
No, it's a present for both of us.
Technically, then I was correct. It is a present for me.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Ah, piss. Okay. Fine. Turn you on. Ah!
Yeah. Again.
It's a hefty boy.
Yeah. It's...
You know what? I'll kill you, actually. You got arrows in you.
It's 502 pages. So yes, it's a book that I bought.
Okay, I think I can shoot it from here. Nope. Okay. Go back up.
Can you lower it without being on the thing?
The thing is, I want to be on it.
Okay.
But I just wanted to see it. I don't know if it's not going to work with out time, but I didn't really check that, so. Hopefully it works. Yeah. Yeah, it will work fine.
Avasti landlubbers.
We're good. Exactly what I wanted then. There's that. Okay, good. Hi. That's done. Awesome. There we go. Now those are moving.
I like to move it.
Bye.
Obvious. You know, it does make sense given what I think both you and even what kind of Lurchalot said last stream about how Fi is probably the way she is in order to make this game as new player friendly as possible.
And young new player friendly,
Yeah.
I think is the key.
Yeah. Especially since the Wii... I mean, yeah, I know that Wii was used a lot for exercise for the elderly, which...
But it was still a good kids console.
Yeah, it's that I think they knew that the Wii in particular was the most kid-friendly Nintendo console they had ever made, probably, if we're being real. So, they probably wanted this game to be as accessible to kids as possible. Which is funny, considering that the Wii is the one console that got the only completely unedited and unapologetically difficult Fire Emblem game. Guys, for those who don't know, Fire Emblem games for the most part are a lot harder in Japan. Often they'll take out the harder difficulties that are in the Japanese version and then add an easy difficulty. Well, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for the Wii is the only Fire Emblem game that was not made easier for America.
Right.
So because of that, it's often considered to be the hardest Fire Emblem game in America. Now, I agree with that on the higher difficulties, because if you've ever played Radiant Dawn, there's easy, medium, and hard. I've never even attempted hard mode. But, like, going from easy mode to normal mode is brutal. Like, it's not a gradual increase. It's that going from medium to easy to medium difficulty or normal difficulty, you do not, they cut the amount of experience you get by a lot and increase the number of enemies you have to fight by at least 1.5 to 2.
Jeez.
And I don't even know what they do on hard difficulty. So, it's hard. It is ridiculously hard. However, I still find it easier than, like, easy mode on that game is still much easier than easy mode on the first Fire Emblem game that was ever released in the United States that had L.A. Wood, Lynn, and Hector. So I personally actually find...
Oh, hold on. There's a way to chest in that one ladder I couldn't reach. I want to figure out how to get up there.
Yeah. So personally, I actually find Radiant Dawn a little easier than that one. At the very least, there's a version of Radiant Dawn that's easier than that one, in my opinion.
Right.
Now, admittedly, another reason I find Radiant Dawn a little easier is because it has more things put in place to kind of help catch you when you fall, when you stumble, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Radiant Dawn has the benefit of the bonus experience mechanic as a way to help level up characters who are lagging behind. Because it's on better hardware, they could implement more features into the levels in combat.
Right.
But I digress.
I know there's a way to get up there. But how is the fun question?
Which I know that I had, by the way, I had initially planned on streaming the GameCube and Path of Radiant Dawn for this channel.
There we go.
And while it's possible we have found a way to stream the GameCube again, we just need to make sure that this adapter works for the Elgato. We are sadly never going to stream Radiant Dawn because even though we have 2 different copies of the game, they freeze at different points. Meaning that if we tried streaming them and then they inevitably froze, it would just kill the streams.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, don't stream them, just record them. I'm like, the problem with... Well, that was conveniently timed. The problem with recording software, hardware, and whatnot is that if a stream gets if a recording gets interrupted, it can potentially corrupt all the footage, which is something that did happen in the past with other games back when we would record for like a couple hours and then have Flays edit it all together.
Yup.
So, as much as I want to share that game with the world, it's just not practical unless it gets re-released in some way.
Oh man, I did that so easily before. It's crazy.
But yeah, unless it gets re-released on Virtual Console at some point, or it just gets remade in some way, it's just not something we can do.
Yeah.
And sadly, I don't see the Radiant games getting remade, because apparently, despite them being my favorite, I do not think any of the Fire Emblem games are as good as Ike's 2 games. They're not very popular in Japan.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd argue they're not all that popular here either.
I don't think they're that popular here, honestly.
Yeah. Because, like, no one knows about Sacred Stones. Like, even a lot of the diehard Fire Emblem fans are like, yeah, I've played Sacred Stones, but it was just the less good version of the first Fire Emblem game that was released in America.
Oh yeah, I guess I did find the crew earlier, just kind of dead.
What do you get in there?
Hi, Mario.
So you gave the skipper the rescuers for her. I make us so happy. Really, Verb, you gave the boat this white news flame. You want to reveal news flame. We're going to have the control ship. Control, Saxon Breach just saw the door and sealed the shutter. You'll probably key opened it. First, you should enter Captain's cabin. The cabin control room key should be in the rear veep. Please take this key and stay to rescue us. You will open door to Captain's veep.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You can get to Captain's cabin through the door on the deck in the back room. Because, yeah, so again, I guess technically in some ways you could say Sacred Stones is up to get the rear room. Sorry to leave you on the old, but you have to look like you can't handle it. So you're continue from.
Bye, gang.
See, I guess you could technically say Sacred Stones is the least liked world, but it has a lot of elements that you could place it in Marth's world or L.I. Wood's world without issue, you know?
Right.
But what's it called? Fire Emblem elitists, all of them will swear by the first Fire Emblem game that was released in America, saying that's the best one.
Right.
Modern Fire Emblem players will either tell you Awakening or Three Houses is the best one.
Yeah.
Whereas me and my siblings are in an odd boat where we all think Ike's games are the best. They are, you're all wrong, but
Don't start Flame Wars.
I mean, I know for a while some people were saying that Fates was the best one, but I think a lot of the people who loved Fates graduated to loving Three Houses, which, if that's the case, good for you. Three Houses is worth loving. But yeah, so just because of that, I just don't see the love for Ike's games in the fandom that I do for many of the... I mean, heck, I even see love in the American fans for games that were never localized, such as Genealogy of the Holy War.
Uh-huh.
Like, I've seen... Yes, it's Fire Emblem elitist, to be fair, but I've seen people who've, like, played ROM hacks of English translations of that game and just gush all over it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't see people like Ike is just kind of been relegated to the, oh yeah, he's the character who was introduced to Smash Bros. And Brawl. Like, that's just mostly what he's known for now. I want to say, I think him appearing in Fire Emblem Engage, I think, made him more widely available, or at least more widely known as a Fire Emblem character.
Right.
But I also know Fire Emblem Engage was not as good of a seller as something like Three Houses or Fates was. Because again, as much as I dislike Fates, and as much as I think Three Houses is boring, I can acknowledge they do some things a little better than Engage.
Right.
No, I'd still think Engage is a more solid experience over Fates as a whole, but it does stumble in some areas that I know, like, most modern Fire Emblem fans like it as it being a pseudo dating sim. Engage falls flat on that because a lot of the characters in Engage are just not interesting. Actually, amusingly, speaking of Sacred Stone, going back to Sacred Stones, it's so few people have played Sacred Stones, or so few people remember Sacred Stones, that when I cosplayed the main character of Sacred Stones, there were a few other fans of old school Fire Emblem who did not recognize that I was Ephraim.
Right.
Because they had gotten so used to his depiction in the app, where they turned his hair from like an aqua blue to a dark navy blue. So a lot of people are like, who are you? I'm like, I'm Ephraim. But your hair's not dark enough to be Ephraim. His hair color is the same color as Ike's. I'm like, not in the original game, no. Their hair color was teal or aqua or whatever. And like, nah. And then they look it up like, oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
They basically do what I did when, someone pointed out, no, Link's been right-handed since this game. I'm like, no, he had to have been a lefty in Breath of the Wild. I'm like, oh. Well, fuck my donkey.
No.
No. Okay. Okay, with how much backtracking you're doing, I'm getting serious Water Temple vibes from...
Yeah, I told you.
I don't even necessarily mean with, like, the structure, just the struggle that you are clearly going through, you know?
The map is also just not the most... helpfully designed, yeah.
I know that's another problem with especially Zelda. Another reason why the Water Temple was hard in the old Zelda games was because the map was just boxes, and when it's stacked on top of each other like that,
it's very hard to tell, like, what actually connects.
Mm-hmm. That's the reason I struggled. Like, I was playing Nier, the original Nier, not Automata, and I got to the first big town, and I couldn't find anything because the map was just a top-down.
Yeah.
In black and white, so it was kind of hard to tell where you could go. It's a similar reason why when I tried playing Drakengard, which is set in the same universe as Nier,
That's what I thought.
I didn't get very far, because the game interface with both the map and the menu was just kind of hard to keep straight in a cohesive way to keep track of what I'm supposed to do next. Plus, all the women in that game were so bizarrely sexualized to me that I couldn't take the game seriously because I was just looking at the women's outfits, you know? It's kind of the same problem I have with the main female character in Nier Automata. Not Nier Automata, in Nier. Like, I can't take her seriously because she's wearing such revealing lingerie, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I can't say that it's the only game that's done that. Like, that's not a sin wholly unique to the first Nier game.
Yeah.
But it is distracting. It's kind of like, so I have Stellar Blade, and I've been playing it when I have free time. Which is not a lot. Like, quite frankly, I've actually played more Baldur's Gate 3 over the last couple weeks, just due to my live streams, than I have Stellar Blade. But, like, half the outfits you can put even in Stellar Blade, I'm like, I can't use these because I just cannot take the game seriously, or just, I cannot focus on the game.
Right.
So I'm just like, that looks so uncomfortable, or in some cases, I'll freely admit, it's just so sexual, I just can't pay attention.
Yep. Hey, look, it's a squid.
Okay, I like that. That's cute.
What's cute?
Someone just sent me kind of just a quick blip. So it's like, for all I know, this isn't a real news article, but this small child, I think it's like an 8-year-old child, was selling his entire Pokemon collection to try to raise $650 to save his dog's life.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up raising over $19,000
Nice.
for his dog's fund, and successfully saved his dog. Like, that's so cute and sweet. Now,
That's not where the door is.
yeah.
That's where the door is. Pretzel, please. Ah.
I gotcha. You know what's funny? I think pretzels are one of my go-to favorite snacks.
Uh-huh.
But I usually only ever buy them if we're going on a road trip for whatever reason. It's like, for some reason, it's my road trip food. Like, if I'm just at home and I want a snack food, I want, you know,
Like
I
chips.
want wavy chips or spicy, not I'll just, sorry, I'm in a product place. I
don't think it matters. It's not like we're sponsored.
Yeah, it's like, or I want the spicier nacho Doritos.
Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Alright, I remember the boss being okay, but just in case.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to lose 2 shields.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir or madam. Do you require medical assistance?
Link. Oh, cool. My gyro is working weird. Here we go. Jesus.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sorry, I just realized a friend of ours who's almost never on social media is actually on social media right now. And I'm like, hey, it's been like a month and a half. Do you still want me to do that picture for you?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
There we go.
there we go. Money.
All right. Time for this, boss.
It's time. You know, as super gimmicky as the boss keys in this game are, and like, I'm okay with it. Cause that's a fun way to show off that was a fun way to show off the Wii Motion Plus back in the day.
The ship. It's dying.
The roof.
Oh, right.
The
I have to
roof
just run away now.
is on fire.
Because if you notice, the boat is tilting a little bit.
Report, Master. Judging by the size of those tentacles, we're thankfully not in a hentai, but they belong to a monster of considerable size. The current situation is different to determine which, with complete accuracy, but signs indicate that this ship is under attack. If we do nothing, there's an 80% chance the ship will capsize. I recommend forcing it back with sacred power, then exiting to further assess the current situation.
Okay. Go ahead, try. Nope.
Yeah. Our friend openly admitted, it's like, I completely forgot about that. Which, given the fact that she's actually been working on... I don't know if she's opening her own tattoo parlor or just getting all the licenses she needs to become a tattoo artist. I kind of get why she's been distracted.
Mm-hmm. What?
Really?
Yes.
So, they're working this shit into the boss fight.
Correct.
I don't like it. Sushi, anyone?
Not this kind.
You sure? I'm rather fond of octopus tentacle sushi.
I know you are. I'm not.
Well, then I'll just have to eat it all. So, there was an anime that I really liked as a kid. It's called Moncoli Nights. It was very obvious. Morning, master. I sense an evil presence on the other side of this door. There's a 90% chance that the primary body mass of the creature whose tentacles are destroying this ship. I suggest making all necessary preparations before exiting the outside of the ship. It was very obviously kind of meant to try to capitalize on the hype of like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Just other things that were kind of collectathon based. Because the game was basically these kids would go to the world of monsters.
Oh no, the bow.
They then would get cards of the monsters that they'd encounter so they could summon them later to fight for them and other crap like that. It's super not original, but I liked it as a kid because I liked that sort of thing at that age. Well, I remember there was one episode where the plot revolved around two people trying to... The main character, the main villain, trying... I remember seeing pictures of you.
I hate her.
I think this design showed up in one of the spin-off games.
I think so?
Yeah.
Can't remember. All I know is I hate her.
It's basically... It's Medusapus.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Or Octusa. Anyway, there was an episode that revolved around, you know, them trying to compete in a seafood cooking competition to try to win what they thought was one of the magical MacGuffins of the episode. But when the bad guy lost, he tried to crash the whole thing by, like, summoning a giant eel monster. And there's this random other contestant who was just suffering in the contest, sees the eels, like, wait a second, I have a great recipe for eel. So when the good guys defeat the eel by just, you know, shooting it with fire, she then pulls out a knife and just cuts this giant eel up into tiny little portions.
I don't remember what to do there.
Yeah, it's definitely the water temple, since that was definitely a Morpha move right there.
Yep.
It sounded like something happened.
I got no feedback.
Want me to look up how this fight works?
Sure, just because kind of dumb.
What was this thing called again?
Skyward Sword pirate ship boss, I guess. I don't know. Want me to bow something?
Okay, so Tentaclus, that's what it's called.
Okay.
First phase, Skyward Sword. It just says just a normal slash the tentacles.
Oh. I think it lied to you.
Let's see. The creature symbol. First phase, the Abyss Leviathan, boss battle. The creature sends multiple tentacles from the floor. Oh, no, it does say charge up a Skyward Strike and run along the deck and horizontally slash at the arms to cut them. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh, there we go. I thought you could only do upward skyward strikes for some reason.
Oh, you can do horizontal ones?
Yep.
That's cool.
How did I not know that?
And then once it shows itself, you gotta...
Shoot with the arrow, yeah.
Yep, in the eye.
Yep. Oh my god.
This is a big octopus-themed enemy that you strike in a sensitive spot, and then it falls over, and then you strike and then sensitive. Hey, THQ Nordic, did you rip this boss fight off for the Wailing Host? I mean, I know that you've always worn the Zelda inspiration on Darksiders on your sleeve, but...
Oh my god. Oh, the camera.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean by not liking this boss fight. Although it's definitely more action-oriented than some of the other ones.
Which, it's like, I know that's why some people like this one.
Yeah. But I kind of feel it's like they only would like this one because it's the more action-focused one compared to the rest of the game. You know, not because the boss itself is good. You know, also just given how cartoony this game is, this thing is reacting a lot smaller to getting shot compared to, like, other bosses who you deal with by shooting them in the eye, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, Goma in the original...
I think I won? I can't remember. No, this is only phase 1. Alright, gotta go.
Okay,
Hi, lady.
yeah, I might finally be able to get started on another one of those group pickups.
Okay, now I can just chop him normally. It's like, what?
Dead?
Yeah, the music stopped.
Yeah. That phase was You had less chippy chops you had to do.
Well, it's because you suddenly no longer have to do Skyward Strikes. Suddenly, without warning.
Fair? I mean, not outright fair, but I see your point, I guess.
Yeah, I really don't like this dungeon and boss.
Yeah, I can't say I blame ya. Just kind of watching it, I'm like...
It's a cool set piece, though.
No. It's
like, the dungeon itself is better than I remember.
Yeah, like, I would say just looking at them, like, this looks like a dungeon I would enjoy from a more traditional Zelda game. But it feels a little out of place compared to what the rest of this game was. Like, I feel like this would fit better in, say, Wind Waker.
I think it just, this boss fight needed one more, one more round of testing. Because, again, what really irks me is the sudden, oh, you don't need the Skyward Strike to cut tentacles anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the big issue.
Because it's like, I think using this, how to word this. I can't remember the next boss, but I feel like this one should have been the last dungeon in a sense. Because it's having you use the Skyward Strike so much, because of how you have to use it against Demise.
Yeah.
It'd be a better reminder then.
And yes, I know we've technically never given any spoiler warnings whenever we've talked about Endgame, but our excuse is this game's 13 years old at this point.
And I mean, he's mentioned in the game. You know you're gonna face him.
That's fair. Nasta, we got the wrong sacred flame. This was meant for, you know, some other losers, so I'm melting. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good riddance.
Okay. Again, with the Wind Waker comparison, since both of these, after the initial couple bosses, are all about powering up a sword, you know? I kind of like the visuals of this sword powering up versus the Master Sword.
Oh, wow. More dowsing slots? Totally what I need.
Okay, I take it back. I like how in Wind Waker initially, like, the crossguard pops out. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I wish there was a bit more noticeable changes with the Five Swords upgrades. Like, I think it's longer now.
Like, I know that the first upgrade, the crossguard got wider.
And I think the blade is a little longer, but...
And I think the color is a little lighter now. Oh, yeah. I guess since this is before the true cycle of reincarnation, they wouldn't automatically be going to Zelda or Demise. With that sword enhanced, you can learn a new melody. I recommend we return to the Isle of Songs.
Okay. Cool. I'm not gonna do that, I don't think, right away. Oh, no, maybe I will go do that immediately.
Sorry. I was just getting final bits of... Thanks, fool. Get my shit back. Vroom. It may have been half wrecked, but my crew and I got it shipped up to almost proper working order in no time. Vroom.
In case you forgot any treasures, you know, we wanted to fix the dungeon for you.
I wish to good luck in finding whom it is you're looking for, fool. Come visit me again. You're welcome anytime. Weep.
I'll never see you again. Bye.
Yeah, again, I apologize to everyone for, you know, the delay. It's like, I've been waiting to hear back from her for 2 months, so it's like, she's on. I have her attention. I just want to quickly grill her for all the information I need so I can do this art project and actually get it started, you know?
Right.
So... So like I said, I apologize. Because I really do try to give you guys our full attention while we stream. But I'm an adult that has shit going on. And heck, all of our friends are too. It's like, shit. This might be the only chance I have. I need to quickly...
Right.
So yeah, just standing apologies for that, everyone. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'm so honored that you guys decided to give us your time.
Fucker. I think this is the last one of these, so enjoy this cutscene while it's here.
All right. Because we only have one more dungeon before the final dungeon, right?
I believe
think that's
so.
what you said.
If my memory is serving me correctly, then yes.
And I mean, if we're going off the visual, just the visual cues, we've only got
hi.
2 pieces of the Triforce.
How are you?
I hate that thing. Since we've only got 2 pieces of the Triforce, we realistically should have one more dungeon to get the last one. I'm going to do my diva moment. Master Senpai, I have important information. When you struck the crest with the Skyward Sword...
I'm going to skip just this part, just because it's the same shit.
Oh.
There we go. You can read this all you want.
He who seeks the sacred flame, listen well, for I am the one guiding you from my place on the edge of time. The last of the sacred flame still eludes you. To obtain it, you must claim another sacred gift. For each trial you overcome, you shall be blessed with another gift. Make use of the power of these gifts, and you will most certainly find the path to the sacred flame. Hello, Help 14.
Hi!
Sorry, are we really quiet, or is the... Oh.
You are pretty quiet.
No, the game is really quiet.
Oh,
That's what they're saying. Now I bestow upon you another melody. Let it serve as a key to unlocking your final trial. It awaits you upon Elden Volcano. That should hopefully fix it.
I think it was set for Baldur's.
No, I thought I adjusted it. Everything else. And even then, I thought I heard it fine when I tested it in the first class. As I've discovered...
Okay, continue your thought.
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, Magalore Plush. How are you?
Hi! What are you looking for? Your headphone case is right behind you.
There we go. See, it just fell out of my pocket.
According to my record, that song you just heard is now called Din's Power. No, it's not.
It is.
Din's Power. Oh, wait, it's Din's Fire. Never mind. Use that song on my take to locate the last trial.
What were you so angry about?
Sorry, I thought they were just repurposing the name of an ability from an older game just for clout, but...
I mean, that's the Zelda franchise in a nutshell.
Well, yes, but I don't like this game, so I'm going to be more critical about it.
Oh my god.
I have committed this. Okay, I suggest you travel to Elden Volcano and jump in.
Well, bye forever.
We
Place,
will-
I think.
Oh, there's a hurricane in your area. That
Oh my god,
sucks.
please stay safe.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just like the rain and high winds part, not like the high enough winds that you're dying.
Yeah, it's tearing. Or, unfortunately, hurricanes flooding is inevitable.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've only been through a hurricane once, and we only got hit by the edges of it, so I've never truly survived a hurricane.
Where gotta go there? Wee.
So you're playing the Wind Waker Magalore? Wait, what? I'm confused.
You're playing Wind Waker while we're playing Skyward?
So sorry, no, they said, so you're playing the Wind Waker Magalore? And this is, sorry, that was rude. I don't know what you mean by that. Or is Help 14 talking to Magalore?
I think that one. Jack can talk to her.
Nothing wrong with that.
Turn.
We got some goddess chests from that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Grabbing some extra money because I can go upgrade the bow and arrow.
Will that increase its size?
No, because I think there's actual quivers you can find for your adventure bag, which I will never really carry any of them because
is small enough as it
It's
is.
so small. All this shit, they get, like, give me everything's so small.
It kind of reminds me of the Alone in the Dark game for the Xbox 360. They really wanted, it's like the idea behind the inventory was kind of fun. In that,
It was your pocket.
yeah, it was your pockets. Like when you opened the inventory, he opened his jackets, and you had to go through your pockets. The problem was in a survival horror game where inventory management is so important, and you have things like limited number of bullets and whatnot. It's like the inventory management only matters in that, well, I've got to drop all this in order to put more bullets in my pocket.
Yeah.
I do think they handled inventory management better in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
That helped just... Oh. Just subscribe to the channel.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no, wait. Or they subscribe to Help 14's channel?
Whatever happens, good job.
Hey, someone subscribed to a channel, so congratulations to whoever got the subscription.
Alright,
Yeah, okay. Magalore Plus subscribe to Help 14's channel.
cool.
Yeah, cool. Definitely. Although they did say they also subscribe.
But thank you. Yeah. We... What's up?
So I'm just looking at both their channels. Looks like Help 14 does a lot of Zelda content.
Oh, cool.
So, hey, check them. Hey, anyone else check them out if you want to see some other Zelda content. And it looks like Magalore Plush actually does short films with a Magalore plushie.
Nice.
So, that looks fun.
Hey!
Hey, Strapper!
No, that's not what he's calling us. Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
Of
I'll
course,
do that
it's
in my own
Tumbleweed.
time. Fucking hate Tumbleweed.
I hate Tumbleweed. Both in this game and in real
What?
life. A report, Master. Because you improved your sword, you can now use your dowsing ability to locate the treasure.
Oh, that's nice, I guess. Thanks.
I don't post a lot on my channel because there's a storm. I totally get that. I totally get that.
I'm going to go get the other chest.
Still, wanted to do a shout out for both of you, because I appreciate it.
It is this way.
Onward to the horizon. Onward to waffles.
Waffles, ho!
Anyone who knows that reference gets a cookie.
Why waffles? Why not pancakes? They're obviously theater kids.
Yeah, that is one of those things that it's like, the stereotype is you go get pancakes at like 2 in the morning.
Eh.
I don't know, maybe
Oh,
waffle.
maybe they live like near Waffle House.
Actually, that's true. Since we
Are
don't have-
they East Coast?
They might be. Since, I mean, I don't know if... I'm assuming IHOP is everywhere in the United States.
Oh yeah, it's
but
the international.
we
house
don't have a Waffle House out. Any big Waffle Houses around.
Oh, there's no Waffle Houses out west. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, I guess
They're
we
not
have
that
Waffle
cool.
House now.
Oh yeah, but that's not the same.
No, it's not. It also could have been waffles flowed better than pancakes. Oh. Or Waffles House sounded better than pancakes. Oh.
Yeah.
Or who knows? Maybe this the director of that movie just liked waffles better than pancakes. So,
It's absolute possibility.
quite frankly, I don't apply logic to that movie in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that would be...
Other than, let's see. Sweet, they both subbed. But yeah, I don't apply any logic to that movie, other than it's just like It's a movie that's kind of meant to be controlled madness in a sense.
Right. But their references made some sense.
Oh yeah. Maybe
So
I should
that's why I
say
had
controlled madness. That's not the best. They're just being. Their concern is just being funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. We should probably be wrapping up in the next 10 minutes.
Okay,
though.
we're just I'm doing gratitude crystals really quick for
Nope.
Edgelord.
Sweet. I
We
need
need
to
to check
actually,
in on Fledge.
I need to actually sit down and count how many lives Edgelord has now lived thanks to our Zelda retcons. Just because I was asked how many times Edgelord had been reincarnated at the LARP event from last
Right.
weekend. I'm like, I don't know anymore. I never got a proper count after we retconned Edgelord into every Zelda game.
Okay, this is the only gratitude crystal I really need to grab. So this is how we'll end the stream, checking in on Fledge.
Sounds good.
And then I will do some behind the scenes stuff before next time.
Yeah, I will get started on.
Yay.
And by that,
Oh
I
my
mean-
god, Fledge!
Heck yeah, Fledge!
3,985. Why are you smacking your knees so loud?
I'm doing it in time with his. Well, I was trying to anyway. Anyway, please continue.
Oh, well, that was a nice warm-up.
Warm up!
Hey, Senpai, I was just hoping you'd come by. I wanted to ask you something.
Can I be the main character now?
The other day, I tried lifting some barrels, and I was able to do it with one arm. Do you think that means I've got enough muscle? What do you think, Senpai? Do I look strong?
You look so swole.
Really? Thanks. I'm so happy. It's all thanks to you, Senpai. I would have gotten discouraged if you hadn't come by to cheer me on. You gave me motivation. Thank you so much, Senpai. Yay! And now he's swollen. I'll go get a piece of heart from him in his mini game. I will not do on stream because I suck at it.
Yeah. We don't need to show going to Edgelord on stream, do we?
No, we're not going to him.
Okay.
We were just getting more stuff for him.
Okay, sounds good. So, I think we can call that there then.
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, thank you all for joining us. Like I said, stream should be back to normal next weekend, at least for me. I can't guarantee we'll have time for a Skyward Sword stream next weekend because Abby has something in the middle of the day next Saturday, and then we have something that night. But the Paper Mario and Baldur's Gate 3 stream will be normal as usual. Maybe we can swing a Skyward Sword stream on Friday night like we did this last week.
We'll work on it.
But, yeah, if you want to join our Discord, there is a link in the description. There's also a link to our Twitter. We've got a Facebook page, too. Yep, I'm not sure when, but we'll see you then.
Bye, gang!
Have a good rest of the day.